Hello everyone and welcome back to Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney, where we're in day 2 of court. We had a recess, and we'll just have to see where this goes. Court will now reconvene.
The killer, the man who murdered the victim, handed this to his client. From this, one obvious question arises. Why this particular item? I believe the answer to that question will provide us with the name of the real culprit. Now then, the prosecution calls the defendant's manager, Adrian Andrews, to the stand.
Oh, good.
Currently, the witness is accused of tampering and obstruction of justice.
Oh, she's not happy. She is not happy. Well, I guess, you know, she's under arrest. Or was under arrest. And is now in detention.
However, you've been called to the witness stand today to ascertain who exactly is guilty of murder.
I understand.
Very good. Now, have you ever seen this bear before, Miss Andrews?
Of course I have.
You have seen it before?
That's right. It's only natural that the witness has. Miss Andrews, could you please enlighten the court to this bear's secret?
The bear has a secret? Alright. Why? Why does she... The bear... Alright. Actually, this is an elaborate puzzle. Oh. If you know the correct order, it can be taken apart one piece at a time. At its center is a small cavity with just enough room to store a small item. Because of its complexity, if you don't know the order, you can't open the bear. You really can't tell that it's a small jewelry box just by looking at it.
So this figurine, it's a container of sorts, is it?
Yes, looks can be deceiving, wouldn't you agree?
Yes, this is superb craftsmanship.
Not the point.
Oh, yes, I nearly forgot. You may begin your cross-examination, Mr. Wright.
It looks like there really was something to that bear after all. Alright, hold it. A puzzle? That's right.
But it looks like an ordinary figurine.
Sure enough. To people who don't know, I'm sure they would never guess that this was a puzzle. So what kind of puzzle is this exactly? Okay. So you can take it apart. And how would one go about doing that? Well, you first turn its tail to the right and then push it in.
Oh, yes, I see.
After that, the arms and legs are free to move and can be removed.
Oh, this is most interesting.
A boy and his new toy. It's like he's 5 all over again. Uh-oh. He's stumped now.
Oh, don't mind me. Go ahead, carry on.
I think he's lost it.
So what do you find after you take the puzzle apart?
And how do you know about this? I know because I was the one who bought it. Huh? It was a souvenir from when a friend and I went to Switzerland.
Then this was a present from you.
That's right. It was a puzzle in the shape of a bear, so I thought it would be perfect for one. So it was a present from Miss Andrews.
Witness, let's continue with your testimony.
So who exactly knew how to solve this puzzle? Only the two of us, Juan and myself. It was a souvenir from Switzerland, so I doubt there are that many people with the same bear in this country.
But this looks like it can be easily broken. Especially if someone wanted to get at what's inside.
Well, it's a toy. But it can never be the same again once it's been broken. Huh? Who else knows that this bear is actually a small container of jewelry? Well, we already went over this. I never told anyone. As long as Juan never told anyone either, then only the two of us knew. The two of you, huh? Then of course that means Mr. Engarde didn't know, right? I think this is about all I'm going to get for now. Figurine updated in the court record. Only Kurita and Andrews know how to open it.
Well, Mr. Wright, I think even you have come to realize that there is one very important fact we have uncovered, and that is this. This bear is actually a jewelry box. Now that we have agreed to this point, there is only one logical question that can come next, and that is this. What is inside this box?
What's inside?
That's right. That's what we are going to find out next, witness.
Yes.
You're the only one who can open this. Please.
Oh good, at least I don't have to do it. There's a painful silence hanging over the courtroom. All eyes are on Miss Andrews now as she solves the puzzle and takes the bear apart. I've opened it. Is this what you wanted?
What is that? It looks like a no.
It's a note. Uh-oh.
I don't think we need to guess at what that is, do we, Mr. Wright?
Crap.
It's the suicide note.
The suicide note?
The suicide note left by Juan Kurita's former manager, Celeste Impax. Until now, no one knew of its whereabouts, but just as we suspected, it was hidden. Hidden by the victim, Juan Kurita himself.
Okay.
It seems Celeste Impax had very beautiful handwriting, and she just as beautifully signed her own name on this document. That is most definitely the note she left right before she committed suicide.
Order! Witness, did you know about this?
Yes, I did. I heard all about it from Juan. When I discovered his body, I looked for the bear. I wanted to destroy the note before it became public, but I couldn't find it anywhere.
Because it had already been taken by the killer.
Everything is going at Mr. Edgeworth's pace. So now that the suicide note has been found, what's the next logical question? What is written on the note? That's right, at least that's what I would think.
Now then, I believe it is only appropriate the contents of this note be made known.
I can't stop you, can I? I went through so much just to get my hands on it. And I was going to burn it, for her sake.
I'm deeply sorry, but I can't allow you to persuade me to stop. Your Honor, if you could please read the contents of the note aloud.
Very well.
The judge's voice rang loud and clear through the deathly silent courtroom. In her note, Celeste Impax left to us a record of all that had happened to her. About being used and then thrown away by Enguarde. About being engaged to Kurita and Enguarde's role in destroying that. And about how she decided, in her despair, to end it all.
And that's all Miss Impax had to say.
Oh dear.
There's one thing I would like to say here. The prosecution has no interest in slandering Mr. Enguarde.
Then, what?
Our intention, Your Honor, is to establish a motive for murder. Isn't that correct, witness?
Yes. On the night of the murder, Juan was going to make the contents of the note public. After the post-ceremony show, he was going to hold a press conference.
My word!
That Enguarde values above all else his refreshing like a spring breeze image, which is why he had to stop this note from being made public. At any cost.
Celeste's suicide note added to the court record. Found inside the figurine, it tells of Enguarde's horrible misdeeds. Oh boy. It's Enguarde's fault that woman killed herself. Listen, how terrible! What a selfish person. I guess there's slimeball lawyers out there who will defend these creeps too. Oh no.
There's no room for doubt here. Mr. DeKiller's client's goal was to obtain this suicide note. The only person who needed this note that badly is the defendant. Let's not forget that the bear with the note inside was found at the defendant's house.
It seems that we have come to the truth at last. The defendant's motives were entirely selfish. He deserves no sympathy from anyone.
But you're the judge. Objection? Ugh, how am I supposed to escape from this one? Why the hesitation, Phoenix? Gumshoe hasn't called yet, so you know what you must do. I know, I have to carry on and buy him some more time. Okay, there are 2 deadly pieces of evidence, the figurine and the suicide note. Maybe somehow I can find a way out of this situation through one of those. The gallow's already in the judge's hand. Phoenix, hurry! Suicide note or the figurine, which one of these should I pursue? My initial instinct is the suicide note. Let's think about this. There's actually things that are suspicious about both. Like the fact that only Kurita and Andrews know how to open that. So why wouldn't they just smash it and take the note? I'm actually kind of curious why they didn't do that to begin with. But I'm also curious. Only one person ever saw the suicide note, as far as we know. Oh, and this is gonna cost me some health if I get it wrong. Ugh. I think I'm gonna go with the note. That was my first instinct. But yeah, I mean, there's stuff that's fishy about both. But I think they would be more. I think the court would be more interested in the note. Please wait, Your Honor. Oh man, look at that lawyer. He's still going at it. It's like something. It's like something happened. I think Your Honor believes that Matt Engarde killed in order to obtain this note.
Yes, that is correct.
But that seems a little strange. In fact, I think there's a contradiction here. What have you got, Edgeworth? There's no way you overlooked that. This note was hidden by Mr. Kurita until the night of the murder. If that is the case, I say that yes, Matt Engarde could not have known what was written on this note.
Oh, I didn't think of it that way.
Exactly, but I did think of it that way, and I thought it was rather strange. No one in their right mind would kill for a note without first knowing what it said.
Order, order, order! You make a valid point, Mr. Wright. Mr. Edgeworth, what is your opinion?
He's got something. It's just a flash, but I think I did rather well on this one. Nope. Phoenix! Come on, by now you know. He's got it. Unfortunately, I think he believes differently. Yeah, he's got it.
I believe a show of appreciation is in order.
Oh, crap. Oh, no.
Huh?
The defense seems to be in love with wishing more despair upon itself.
Yep.
I would like to direct the court's attention to this.
Ew, what is that?
This is a very small video camera, Your Honor. This type of camera is commonly used as a means of spying.
Is spying?
What the? I thought that spy camera was in my possession.
Matt Engarde and the victim both thought the other as their biggest rivals. They even went so far as to use this type of item to find each other's weaknesses.
And?
The victim, Juan Carrito, was being spied on. His personal life was being watched by none other than Matt Ingard.
Order! Order! Mr. Wright?
Yes, Your Honor?
You don't tell me you knew about your client's spying activities?
I did. Well, sort of.
Sort of is not an acceptable answer, Mr. Wright.
Really? I don't understand why we're, like, being grilled on this, because it doesn't matter.
I see you are confused, Mr. Wright. You're probably thinking, but I have the camera that was in the stuffed bear's eye.
Was there one in the other eye?
This camera that I have is not the same one.
Is there? Oh.
Last night I searched the victim's house on a hunch.
Oh. Alright.
Using this.
She's Bug Sweeper.
By the way, Mr. Wright, the defendant's fingerprints were found on this camera.
Crap.
Matt Ingard's fingerprints are on there.
Well, Phoenix, it looks like these cameras are hidden all over the place, huh? What am I supposed to say to that evidence?
I think this is the end. It is fairly obvious that Mr. Ingard learned of this suicide note through this. He was watching the victim all along.
I don't know about that. Got me good this time. I don't have anything to counter that. And what's that lawyer thinking? Mommy, is that man the bad guy, killer guy? Just stop. Don't look at him. The way he's sweating is just so, ew, nasty. Phoenix? Yes, Chief? Have you figured out what you're going to do next yet? What I'm going to do next? Does running away like a frightened child work? I know it seems like Mr. Edgeworth is very close to putting the lid on this case, but in his eagerness to prove his point, he forgot one very important thing. Well, what is it, Mia? There's a piece of evidence that he really should investigate. Something he should investigate. I would really hate to see the good prosecutor get scolded for not remembering to look into the item when he had the chance. Why are you speaking in riddles all of a sudden? Is it the note again?
Alright, I think this time we finally understand everything. Well, Mr. Wright, you don't have any further objections, do you?
What is this piece of evidence that Mia's talking about? Can I figure out what it is that still needs to be looked at, or should I let it go? I feel like if I don't object, we're gonna get declared guilty. I have an objection, Your Honor.
That was about the weakest objection I've ever heard, Mr. Wright.
Your Honor, the defense has no intention of letting this go so easily.
You are beginning to sound desperate.
That's just your imagination, Your Honor. Mr. Edgeworth, this is not like you at all. In your eagerness to prove your point, you've forgotten one very important thing. Hey, isn't that what I just said?
So you're telling me that I forgot something.
You're so close, Mr. Edgeworth. But there's something you really should examine about this piece of evidence. Okay. My initial reaction was the suicide note, but I'm kind of doubting myself because we just used that. Credit card receipt. Ingard bought a stuffed bear identical to the one in evidence, okay. Spy camera set in the right eye, found in the victim's room. Don't think it's any of that stuff. Oh, this is gonna hurt if I'm wrong. Any death. Was her suicide note hidden? Because the thing that keeps like jumping back to me is like, is that really her suicide note? Particularly as we didn't get to hear it. That kind of jumped out at me, that it summarized it instead of reading it aloud. Nothing to do with that. Ugh, if I'm wrong, that's gonna hurt. I'm pretty sure it's not one of the... Oh, wait. No, I'm still leaning towards the note. Again, more kind of metagaming in that we didn't actually hear the words written. It has me guessing, but I'm also kind of thinking that we just used it, so why... I guess it's not too uncommon that we use the same evidence twice in a row. Man, that's tough. I guess I'm gonna... That is gonna hurt so bad if I'm wrong. Oh boy.
That is a Miss-Impact suicide note, right?
Who knows? Yep, that's the angle we're gonna go with. I mean, sure, the suicide note was found inside this bear, but this bear was in my possession until only a few moments ago. Which means... the handwriting on this suicide note has yet to be analyzed. Oh! So... well, I didn't think we were gonna go that route, but... as to whether this pivotal piece of evidence was really written by Miss-Impacts or not, that is yet to be even remotely confirmed. Okay, I didn't think we were gonna go the handwriting route, but yeah.
Mr. Wright, you can't seriously be suggesting.
Mr. Wright, are you saying the suicide note is fake? Miss Andrews, you were the one who tried to pin this murder on Mr. Ingard. Who's to say you didn't create a fake suicide note and put it into this bear? How dare you?
Your Honor, the defense is indiscriminately accusing the witness again. There is no evidence linking the witness to this suicide note whatsoever.
Except for the fact that she bought the bear and she knows how it works. But if this is a fake, then the witness is the only person who could have made it.
What?
Recall the witness's testimony concerning the figurine. The only person other than the victim who could solve the puzzle is the witness herself. Oh, there go the glasses. Miss Andrews, you wrote this note, didn't you? You wrote it so you could use it to frame Matt Engard. I didn't know such thing.
Alright, if you're going to pronounce this suicide note a fake, then show this court some evidence to support your theory.
Mr. Edgeworth, you were the one who presented this scrap of paper as evidence. That means the burden of proof lies with you, the prosecution.
Ha! That's enough. Mr. Edgeworth, can you confirm the handwriting on this suicide note?
It is the defense's stated. The handwriting is yet to be analyzed.
If that's the case, it seems that yet again we have reached a point where a verdict is impossible. Yes!
Wait.
That's impossible.
This isn't good, Phoenix. The judge is going to carry this trial over one more day. No! I don't think Maya will physically be able to make it another day.
I didn't want to have to do this, but I don't have a choice. I request that both the prosecution and defense further investigate.
Handwriting analysis, my butt. That's just the lawyer trying to buy more time. Enguarde is guilty.
I think we've reached the end of the line.
Guilty, guilty, guilty.
Guilty, guilty, guilty.
What's the phone?
What is that sound?
It's Gumshoe. Hello, Gumshoe? Who's with him? What's with that sigh? Where's Maya? What happened to DeKiller? He got away. What? I'm sorry, pal. I really am. I don't know what to say besides I'm sorry. I wish there was some way to make it up to you. I really do. Anyway, what's going on? We found his hideout, pal. But the two of them were already gone. This is terrible. Going to keep looking for them, pal. Don't you worry. I just need a little more time. But don't tell me we don't have any more. Guilty, 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 guilty. Do you hear that? They're calling for his head. Mr. Wright, I can't. For us to come this far and... Oh. What is it? Let me talk to Mr. Edgeworth. I can't do that.
Mr. Wright, would you please get a hold of yourself?
Yes, Your Honor.
I'm about to end today's proceedings. You may take your phone calls after.
Hold on, Your Honor. Edgeworth, catch! Mr. Edgeworth, please, you gotta buy us some more time.
Court is in session. I'm sorry, Your Honor. You were saying...
Mr. Wright, this is a court of law.
I'm sorry, Your Honor, but...
I am reluctant to do this, however. It appears that I have no choice but to suspend proceedings until tomorrow.
This time, I really can't do anything.
Court is now adjourned for the day.
Wait. Oh, no.
Please wait, Your Honor.
Edgeworth?
What is it, Mr. Edgeworth?
We humbly request another 30 minutes of Your Honor's time.
For what purpose?
We can perform the necessary tests on this piece of evidence in that time.
But can you really obtain your results in 30 minutes? Or my pizza's free?
I believe we can, Your Honor.
But wouldn't it be better if we adjourned for today and then reconvene tomorrow?
30 minutes, please, Your Honor. That's all I am asking for.
Please, Your Honor.
Very well. At the prosecution's request, this court will now take a 30-minute recess. But be advised that I will not allow another recess today.
Not sure if this is helping or hurting us.
The court will now take its final recess of the day. Oh boy.
Right, well, what's going on with Maya's situation?
DeKiller, it looks like he got away again. 30 minutes, we can't find her in that time.
Report.
Is that Mr. Edgeworth?
We don't have time, just spit it out.
Right. Looks like we just missed them, sir. But DeKiller left a few things behind by accident in his rush to get away.
A few things.
Can we use any of them as evidence? Ho ho ho, I thought you'd ask, pal. I've got the things he left with me right now and I'm on my way over. Really?
That's odd. Any items like that are usually sent to the crime lab first.
We don't have time to wait for those guys, sir. When those guys weren't looking, I swiped the stuff and ran.
What?
Well, I'm not a detective anymore, so I had to. I'm really sorry, sir, but I gotta put the law on hold for now. Sounds bad. I hope he doesn't get in too much trouble over this. With my unconjunct car, I'd say I'd be there in 20 minutes, sir. Don't worry, I'll be there. Wait for me.
Alright, just get here in one piece. I'm on a mission and no one can stop me now, sir.
I'm on a mission and no one can stop me now, sir. No one. I'm pulling out all the stops and running every red... Oh, God, no. Items left by the murderer, huh? Maybe there's something among them that will be decisive enough to end this. Did we just get attacked?
Yeah, what's wrong? Detective Gumshoe, answer me.
No one can stop me. What? What happened to Gumshoe? What happened?
It sounded like he had an accident. I'm guessing his cell phone broke as well.
What was he thinking? Oh, Gumshoe. Ah! He had the chance to be a hero. We've got to hurry and call for help.
But we have no idea where he is. His cell phone is broken and he wasn't driving a patrol car, so no radio either. Also, if we don't get to those items before they do, the police will take possession of them.
No, we can't let that happen.
Well, if there is a way we can find out where he is, then we stand a chance.
Oh, why did Gumshoe have to get into an accident now? Is there any way to find out exactly where he's at this moment? Oh! There is a way! That's right, there is a way.
What? How?
I'm sure we can find out where Detective Gumshoe is through this. Where's his... Do I have his cell phone? We don't have, because I remembered that, Von Karma was tracking him. That's like one of those weird things that you're like, oh, well, that's just weird. Can I present Von Karma? Oh, God.
Why are you bringing up Francisca at a time like... Oh, I see. We'll try to get in contact with her. The chances are slim, but she's all we have.
Oh, God. Francisca. Will she even want to help us? Edgeworth.
What is it?
I don't have any right to judge anyone ever again. I know my client is guilty, but what I'm doing now, I'm pinning the guilt onto someone totally innocent and using the evidence to do so. Might be my turn to say defense attorney Phoenix Wright chooses death.
Right. It doesn't suit someone like you to cry useless tears. Whether you did your job well or not, they can only be seen after the verdict has been decided.
Verdict. Is Prosecutor Edgeworth here?
Yes, bailiff.
There's a phone call for you, sir. They said it was extremely urgent.
They're probably finished with the handwriting analysis. We have to go take this call. In the meantime, think hard about what it is you must do.
What about Von Karma? Ah! Gumshoe was so close to saving the day. And yet failed so miserably. Alright, that's what we're gonna call it an episode. I'm wondering if we're like really closing in on the end then. Like if they're gonna try to wrap this trial up today. Because I don't know how they would stretch it out another day with Maya not being... Well, you can go a little while without eating. Drinking, maybe not so much. I can't imagine The Killer is going to give us like too many more chances. But we'll see. Anyway, I'm having a great time. I hope you guys are enjoying this. As always, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.